Do me a favor.
Anything.
Don't move.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Whoever started that rumor about it being bad to stay in bed late in the morning was crazy.
I couldn't agree with you more.
You know, it has been ages since we've had a whole half a day just to ourselves.
It's sheer bliss. Bliss, 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 bliss.
No 6:30 operation.
Nobody in the clinic till 2 o'clock. How wonderful.
Let's not budge until 5 minutes to 2, okay?
Okay, fine.
Somebody should take an in-depth study on what damage is done by those who wake up too abruptly.
It sounds like too much work to me.
Me too. And I'm not going to think about work at all. Because you'll feel too good.
You feel better?
You hungry?
Hungry? I'm starving. You know what?
What?
I would love to get you on a deserted island.
Well, pretend.
Why should we pretend? Let's do it.
What?
Let's do it. Let's go away.
Go away.
Yeah, I will go and I will ask Steve for some time off. I mean, we do it, don't we?
Oh, do we ever? Boy, would I love to trade in some old surgical blues for a teeny-weeny bikini.
I would love to see you in that teeny-weeny bikini. Or less, whatever's on your mind at the time. I'll go and I'll ask Steve, and you go to the travel agent and get some tickets.
Oh.
And we will go wherever you want, as long as it's quiet.
And sunny.
And there's only you and me. No, thank you, Stella. We don't want any.
It's not Stella, Allen. It's your father.
Oh, no.
I heard that, Monica. Let me in now. Well, it's about time.
You know, this is extremely rude, Edward.
You got up on the wrong side of the bed again, Monica?
I hadn't gotten up at all.
This is the first morning we have had off in months. We were laying in bed enjoying ourselves, and there you are.
Complaints, complaints, complaints. You know, this younger generation has no get up and go.
I would like the older generation to get up and go. We would like to be alone.
Major cause of divorce. Young married couples spend much too much time alone.
Well, isn't it nice to know, honey, that our marriage is solid as a rock?
Do you mind? Can we get on with this now?
Get on with what? I don't even know what you're doing here, except for the fact you want to break up our marriage.
Oh, poppycock. I have much more important things on my mind than that.
Such as what?
Such as business.
Business? Business? You came in here and ruined a perfectly lovely morning to talk about business?
This is important.
What, you learned something new about the papers?
What papers? Oh, who cares about those papers anymore?
I thought we did.
That's yesterday's news.
All right. Since you have ruined this morning, just tell me what it is.
Well, Randall called from the office this morning to tell me that damn computer is spitting out some very interesting information that could affect Bulan Pharmaceuticals.
So what?
So Bulan just happens to be one of ELQ's key companies.
So what does that have to do with us?
Oh, not us, Monica. You. You are needed immediately.
What for?
May I remind you that you are one of Bulan's medical advisors. Now, I expect you to be in my office within 1 hour.
Someday he's going to go too far.
Someday? Where does he get the nerve to come in here and start ordering me around?
Oh, Monica, that's just his way, that's all.
And I have my way.
What are you doing?
I am going to get back into bed.
Monica, you can't do that. You've got to go to the office.
Not on your life do I have to. Come on, get back into bed.
Monica, please. You can't do that. My father's never going to let you alone anyway. You know that.
Oh, nah.
No, listen. Go down to the office. It's probably nothing. You'll get finished with it in just a few minutes.
You want to know something?
What?
Desert Island is looking better and better all the time.
And you shall have it. I am going to go down to the travel agent, and I'm going to get those tickets right now.
Wait a minute. We've got to get permission from Steve first.
I will do that as well. How's that?
Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. You sure he's going to give us a week off?
Absolutely. Why shouldn't he give us a week off? I mean, everything about the murder, we deserve a break.
Oh, absolutely we do. Listen, you find us someplace far, far away where there are no phones and definitely no computers.
I'm going to take us someplace that nobody's ever even heard of.
Where?
I don't know. Nobody's heard of it. You'll be surprised.
I can't wait.
I can't either.
Oh, just you, me.
Mr. Portman asked me to bring up your breakfast.
Alone.
Gotta keep quiet.
How much do we get for all this weight?
Be quiet.
How much is that in American money? Oh, American money? It's equivalent to about 3 cents a day. Of course, it varies with the rate of exchange. But how much do we get for overtime? There ain't gonna be any overtime. If you think that you're gonna get that much work out of me for 3 cents a day, brother,
This is like high school.
that's true. Absolutely. Yeah, and that goes for me, too. Because we don't work for less than 25 cents a day.
Okay.
Here we are.
Hi.
That's what I wanted to do. Devote my entire time in life to a small community hospital. Here you are.
Thank you. Well, how did you get sidetracked?
Well, that's a very good question. But I guess we all change as we get older. Anyway, I finally realized that my rare talents were better suited to a large city hospital.
Well, from what I've seen, you run a very tight ship.
Well, actually, I've been very fortunate to have an excellent staff. That's what really makes a big difference. Now, tell me, how was your tour of Mercy Hospital yesterday?
Interesting, although I think they have a problem with overcrowding.
That's the most problems we have today in hospitals. And probably the reason why Audrey's running a little late. We've had a few of our problems around here lately. I'd show you around myself.
No, I understand. In fact, the more freedom I have just to stroll around and observe, the better.
Good. I'll be sure and tell Audrey that. Excuse me. Yes?
Dr. Hardy, Bobbie Spencer is still waiting, and a call just came down from 10. They need her in surgery right away.
Do you mind a brief interruption?
Oh, no.
Tell Miss Spencer to come right in.
Sorry to interrupt, but lunch is ready.
In that case, I will mercifully cut this short.
You've got a light flashing.
It's the WSB. You reckon you can bring lunch up here?
Well, if it's important.
This, my dear, could be very important.
Different pie. He climbed over the mountain. Hey, Luke! Lunch ready in there? Hey, what's going on in there? Snake oil got you back to sleep again? Must have wax in his ears. Hey, Luke. What the heck? Luke! Luke!
The association does want everything in
Of course, I
writing.
understand. Oh, I'm sorry. Bobbie Spencer, this is Natalie Dearborn.
Oh, how do you do? Fine, thanks.
Bobbie Spencer is head of our local nurses association. We recently had what you might call a slight misunderstanding over hospital policy.
Yes, when I was in the halls, I heard them talking about hiring more clerical help.
Well, you're very observant.
I hope you've cleared everything up.
As soon as the doctor finishes signing the papers, we have.
And you've got it, Bobbie. You've got it.
Thank you, Doctor. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss... I'm very sorry, but I just got the strangest feeling. Have we ever met before?
I don't think so. Why do you ask?
Well, I guess it's the way you were looking at me.
Miss Dearborn is here just for a tour of our therapy facilities.
I see. Oh, well, enjoy your tour. I'm sure I will. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Oh, Bobbie, are those papers what I think they are?
No backing out now. I just got a signature.
Oh, good work.
See you all later.
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You must be Miss Dearborn.
Natalie, please, yes.
Oh, yes, Natalie, of course. Well, are you ready for the grand tour?
If you are.
Well, I just have to sign something outside, and then we'll be on our way.
Fine.
You ladies enjoy yourselves.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Come along.
All right.
Just wait here for a minute.
Okay.
Nancy, I'll sign those papers.
Oh, good. Bobbie seems like a...
Not to mention her being one of our finest scrub nurses.
Is she always so cheery?
It's hard to believe, isn't it? But I think it really runs in her family. Her aunt works here, too.
Ruby.
Oh, yes, uh-huh.
Hardy mentioned her.
Mm-hmm. Well, they certainly are a strong family. They just seem to keep going on no matter what, and especially this year. But they just kept going on. That's real strength.
A tragedy?
Here you are, Nancy. Yes, her brother Luke was killed in an accident.
I'm sorry.
A lot of people were. He was really what you might call a very unique human being. Well, shall we go on?
Yes, lead the way. Thank you.
Come on, get on with it. Now, these things were designed to save time, not waste it.
Patience is a virtue, Robert.
It can also be a bloody nuisance. Now, why aren't you eating?
I'm having lunch with Celia.
Aren't you two through at this point with catching up with your lives?
Oh, we finished with that ages ago. Now we're on to much more interesting stuff.
Oh, really? Privileged information? You gonna tell Robert about it, hmm?
You can put it under the category of girl talk. Something's happening.
Finally. So what else is new?
Well, just say stand by.
For something new and interesting, I hope. Where are you having lunch with Celia?
That new restaurant on Bay Street, and then house hunting.
I thought that we were going to a play tonight with Grant and Celia.
Oh, we'll be through with house hunting way before then. And Grant promised to have the entire evening free.
Good. Hallelujah. Here we go.
Target cities share the following specifics.
High-tech industries, energy sources, medical research.
Proximity to nuclear power. I like that one.
They all raise possibilities.
What now?
A lot of work to do.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't stay and help you. Please share the following specifics.
High-tech industries, energy sources, medical research.
Proximity to nuclear power. I like that one.
They all raise possibilities.
What now?
A lot of work to do.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't stay and help you. You gonna be home all day?
No, I've got to put in an appearance.
I'll see you later.
Where the hell have you been? Oh, I took my walker for a walk. You sure put a scare into me, pal. I was about to get the sheriff and his dogs out here.
Oh, great, great. That's all I need, a bunch of dogs yapping at my braces.
Look, pal, next time, you tell me when you decide to go out foraging in the woods.
Dad, you weren't around.
So what happens if you fall off of a cliff?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Hey, come on, partner. I'm feeling better. When I feel better, I'm going to get more and more independent. Now, you ought to understand that better than anybody.
Okay. So long as next time you tell me where you're going.
Okay, Pop. You got it.
You still can't understand why you feel like Paul Bunyan today.
Well, why shouldn't I? I'm feeling better. Spring is in the air. Things is, you know, blooming and stuff. And besides that, Natalie is already at the hospital, probably talking to Holly.
Now I get it. Cherchez la femme, eh?
Yeah, the cherchez la femme, all right. I'll tell you, man, I used to have a reason for hope, and now I got a bona fide reason to get walking.
Okay. Now, what about lunch?
Look, Jed, I have an appointment at the hospital, and, since I'm getting real tired of the cuisine in this maison, why don't we just grab a little something on the way?
Who's buying?
Well, on me, of course.
You ain't got no money.
I got credit.
Oh?
Yeah, I got an honest face. Well, send me on it. You're right, I ain't got no credit. We'll put it on your tab.
All right, whatever floats, just as long as I get my lunch.
Okay. Listen, what time?
That's 20 off.
20 up. Well, let's get going. 20 up. That means she's probably at the hospital. She's already talked to Bobbie and Ruby. Damn. I wish I knew what was going on.
Now, this is our main surgical floor.
Well, hello again.
Bobbie.
I gotta run. They're screaming for me in OR.
Oh, you go ahead. Well, Natalie, as you can see, most of the nurses' stations are pretty much... Natalie?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Be even a little bit?
Not in the least. I have tasted nursing. I have experienced its ups and its downs. And while I've come away with a greater sense of its importance, I have no intention of pursuing it as a career.
Oh, dear. Well, then I'll have to send it back.
What's that?
Well, the uniform I ordered for you. I was just sure that you'd give up everything for nursing.
Oh, it never entered my mind. Besides, you have to be bright, witty, intelligent, dedicated.
Oh, Dan, thank you. You've been listing my minor personality traits again.
Actually, I was listing the qualifications for a nurse. Off to Topeka, I understand.
Yes, tonight, I'm afraid. Do you have my schedule, Andy?
Oh, yes, here it is.
Thank you.
What is the weather there like at this time of the year?
Do you care?
Not really.
I didn't think so. Let's just hope it's warming up. Well, that's good. That's great. I have 3 post-ops to look in on, and then I am off. If you will all excuse me.
Well, if we don't see you, have a good time in Kansas.
Oh, I doubt it.
I don't understand doctors. The way they work, running around all day, late nights, weekends, then they get on a plane and go off to Kansas for a convention or a seminar. It's all beyond me.
Well, maybe if you didn't spend so much time hanging around nurses' stations.
Here is really the hub of our wheel, the lobby nurses' station, and our most respected nurse, Georgia Price.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't either. Touche.
Oh, Dan, George, I'd like you to meet Natalie Dearborn. She's in therapy in a small-town hospital and is just observing here.
How do you do, Miss Dearborn?
Yes, Dan,
Oh, I'm sorry, Rooney.
Hospital administrator.
Oh.
It's a thankless job, but someone has to do it.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, there you are, flattering the ladies.
And why not? It comes so easily.
Oh, take him away, Ruby, before we all faint from desire. It's for you, Audrey.
Oh, excuse me.
We have a date at the Floating Red, and we are 10 minutes late.
I was ready.
Oh, so always like that around here. You see what I mean? Front desk, Mrs. Price. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I'll transfer this call. Just one moment, please. Yes. Would you transfer this call to Dr. Cunningham's office, please? Right. Thank you. Well, that's all the big news around here now. Big story.
I'm sorry?
You're reading about the waterfront deal that's being stalled. There's a lot of talk that there's the mob involved. I don't suppose you have those problems up in the mountains.
Nor do we have people called police commissioners. In fact, we have only one police official, and he's called Sheriff, or Sam, if you know him. Interviewed at his house yesterday, Commissioner Scorpios. Well, certainly Sam has never been interviewed, and not only that, he doesn't have a house.
Well, our commissioner has quite a setup. The city built it to his exact specifications.
Well, he must be a very important man for the city to do that.
Oh, he is. It was quite a coup to get him. Used to be a hotshot over at WSB.
Really? The big security organization?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
But he quit after he and a friend of his saved the city that was being threatened by a maniac who was going to destroy it.
And is this friend of Scorpio's on the force as well?
No, he isn't. He died a little while ago.
Oh, yes, Audrey mentioned his name, but I can't,
Luke Spencer.
Yes, that's it. And Commissioner Scorpio's first name, what is that?
Robert Scorpio.
Uh-huh.
Why do you ask?
Oh, it's just that I like to make a habit of learning famous people's names, you know, just in case I might meet them sometime.
Are you going to be long in Port Charles?
Only as long as I have to be.
Oh, yes, front desk.
High-tech. Energy. Medical research, nuclear. Yeah.
Scott Baldwin to see you, sir.
Well, send him in.
You don't give up, do you, Scorpio?
Top of the morning to you too, sir.
Yeah, well, I read your interview in the paper this morning, and I came in to prove that money is clean, all right? Every cent of it.
Been up all night doing your laundry, have you?
No, this money didn't have to be laundered. It's right out of the bank. I want you to take a look at something. Read it.
Oh, yes. Very good. Senator Drake, right across the top here in big bold print. Kind of like wearing a good conduct medal on your sleeve, isn't it?
All of the financing was arranged through Senator Drake's office.
I know. He checked with me first to make sure the mob was out of it.
And you told him it was?
I told him Hand was out of it.
Well, you were right.
I know, that's why I said it. Your buddy Hand is now involved in something a whole lot different.
What?
Something far dirtier and sleazier than your crooked little real estate deal. Yeah.
Mayor on line 2.
Thank you. Would you adjourn to the corridor for a few minutes, please?
Whatever you say.
Sorry to keep you waiting, John. What's up? You don't say. Funny you should call about the waterfront redevelopment project. Yeah, well, just now, Baldwin was here saying that he, What? 6 tomorrow. Well, sure. What's going down? The federal government? What are they... I see. Look, just let me ask you something. Does Scott Baldwin know anything about this? Not yet. Well, now you've really got me intrigued. Okay. Yeah. I'll certainly make a point of it. Bye-bye.
So, I went to Aunt Lila and told her that I'd like to volunteer to work with the museum.
Sounds like you're really putting your life in order.
Mm-hmm. Finally. What is it Grandfather used to say? An idle mind is a mind on its way to trouble.
Quite a family you have.
Yes. Although I must say I was a little worried about the Port Charles faction for a while. But they've surprised me. They've got the Quartermain wit, the Quartermain charm, and the Quartermain drive. Even Uncle Edward. You know, a man his age, I think he'd retire.
I thought he had.
No, not the way I see it. No, in fact, today I found out that Uncle Edward is planning some deal with Monica.
I'll alert the local authorities.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with Port Charles. He's sending Monica somewhere, Toledo? No, that's not it. Let me think. It's somewhere in Kansas.
Topeka?
Yes, that's it. How'd you know?
A lucky guess.